Alright, hey everybody, InsuranceNick here, and I am responding to being tagged in a post that was actually provided to me by Tim Summers. Now, here we are the day after they've announced that they've come up with a concept or an idea to be able to repeal, well, no-fault insurance in the state of Michigan. I guess, first off, I really do want people to understand that here in Michigan we have the greatest insurance coverage for us as either a passenger or a driver in a vehicle. Now, in the aspect of how auto insurance works, and I really don't want to get into all of it on the back end here in this conversation, but I do want you to realize a few things. First off, a lot of people don't quite understand what no fault does and how it's actually set up. And the biggest part that we have, or I guess the biggest problem in my personal opinion in being in this business now for several years, is understanding that we don't necessarily have a fee schedule. The mayor of Detroit brought up the concept of a fee schedule, and he really only brushed the top of it, and only because it's a cash cow for the medical industry. You see, that's what's truly driving our cost out of control when it comes to our auto insurance. It's what makes us so dang expensive here in the state of Michigan. I mean, it's not a news flash. We already know that we have the highest auto insurance rates in the entire U.S., but at this point, it also provides a lot of coverage. The problem is, a fee schedule is not in place. And what do I talk about, or what am I focusing on when it comes to that, is the actual fees that are provided for medical services. You see, I don't believe that we should have a capped medical for the state. I don't think they should even remove the no-fault portion of our auto insurance. I think what really truly needs to happen is we need to have a fee schedule to say that an MRI in the state of Michigan for an auto accident, which currently runs on average about $3,800 off of what's being paid. When you get injured or you use it for Medicare, it's only an $800 test. Now that's the same test. An MRI for Medicare versus an MRI for somebody that's injured in an auto accident. Why is there literally a $3,000 difference between those on average? And that's kind of the problem. It's a cash cow. When you go to the doctor's office right now, and they'll ask you if you're, if you go in because you're injured or you have an injury of some sort, they ask you usually one of three questions. Did it happen at work? Did it happen from being in a car accident? And or was it something else? And the reason they're asking those two things, first and foremost, is if it's a work-related injury, it's going to be covered under a workers' comp policy and not necessarily your health care. If it did happen in an auto accident, it's going to be covered by the auto insurance company, which, might I add, doesn't have a fee schedule. It means it's a cash cow for the medical industry, and the charges are completely unmonitored and ungoverned. So, therefore, it creates a huge revenue stream. And that cost for the insurance companies is just passed through to us as consumers. So it's not doing us any justice at this point in time, other than the fact that whatever we're just paying is just being transferred over to our pocketbook for us to pay out in the end in premiums. So I don't think that we should change no fault. Again, I don't think we should cap the medical. I don't believe that any of these things really need to be adjusted, other than the fact that we need to tell the medical industry that there needs to be a fee schedule for the provided services in every situation. They've already have it designed for Medicare. They already have it designed for workers' comp. There's no reason why we shouldn't have it designed for auto insurance. So hopefully this response makes sense to you guys. If you ever have any questions, obviously please feel free to comment below. You can also find me on all the social media networks, InsuranceNick or InsuranceNickB. And obviously you can subscribe to our channel. I would love to have you as a constructive member of the insurance world. Alright, we'll see you guys. Thank you very much. And if you're traveling today, happens to be a 10-inch snowstorm that's covering the lower half of Michigan, be careful. We'll see you guys. Bye. InsuranceNick. Talk soon.